tonight. Who getting back tonight? Don't bring your girl if you ain't trying to have a threesome. Alright. We on Twitch. We're on Twitch with it, baby. And we on YouTube now. Let's go. Alright. Let me share the stories of niggas now. Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know about that.
Let me turn the TV on. Okay. Alright, let's make a little pause. Okay.
How you doing? Play with Uncle?
Did he say that? Have him call me, cause I can't trust you no more, son.
Yeah, I'll go ask him.
Okay. Cause I don't trust that. Oh, let's do that. No. Look how this is busting. Shout out to the Jews. They putting their rituals in the kosher food. All right. Go play some music.
He said no.
Okay.
But me wants to play with me though.
Absolutely not, son.
Stir it up, stir it up.
Is that you talking to me?
Well, the headies in the city got a cap that's made by Darby. On my wrist, low and they sparkly, matching Pindy now on Marksy. Cash out for a rig, yeah, old school mothership. Got a zipper, sour diesel, yeah, influence solvent list. Got that 6-star in my jar, one dab take you to Mars. Keep an extra banger and my proxy right up in the car. Shorty wanna hit the dab, baby girl, this jar ain't cheap. 120 for the terps, baby, that's 60 bucks a G. Nigga, why the fucking nose? Always stay up in my jar. You only smoke resin, you never heard of 6-star. You always talking shit, about how you smoking shit. But when a nigga bring that pack, your ass turn to a bitch. We're the headies in my city and the shorties with big titties. Got my mind on some hash, that grape gas made by Squishy. Need to hit my nigga Jay, so that nigga about 250. Grab a couple jars of super booth before I leave the city.
We're watching this view bot.
Stir it up, 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 stir it up. Full melt. Hash rules everything around me. I whip the fresh press proudly. It's cloudy. This jar is on some loudy. This hash that I be trying, I'm mine. The grower be supplying. That single source I'm buying. These terps so never had a nigga press me, but I wish a nigga would. Caught him lacking at the sesh. I burnt his ass up like this wood. We're the headies in the city. Fuck your plug, yeah, he a Mickey. Heard he dabbing every day while every day his life is shitty. We're the real heady niggas. Where the fuck y'all niggas at? Need to hear y'all niggas scream this from the front and in the back. CRC, that's okay with me. It don't matter what you smoke, just smoke that THC. CRC, that's okay with me. It don't matter what you smoke, just smoke that THC. CRC, that's okay with me. It don't matter what you smoke, just smoke that fucking tree. If you a real heady nigga, go on throw your rig up. I remember skipping class just to smoke up on at lunch. I remember smoking resin on the outside of the blunt. You know this type will leave your ass fucked up.
Can you get my office, please?
Stir it up, stir it up.
Is that you, Soccer Man?
We're the headies in the city. Got a cap that's made by Darby. On my rigs low and they sparkly. Matching Pindy now on Marksy. Cash out for a rig, yeah, old school mothership. Got a zipper, sour diesel, yeah, influence solvent list. Got that 6-star in my jar. One dab take you to Mars. Keep an extra banger and my proxy right up in the car. Shorty wanna hit the dab, baby girl, this jar ain't cheap. One okay. Okay, disappointing dabber. I said disappointing dabber.
Is that you, Soccer Man?
This a Portland dabber and a power pack cap. Got the game for Mr. Yaki, so I put it in the rap. Smoking ounces of the Z while my shorty throw it back. For a smooth young nigga from the tap with a plaque. Let's go! Babylesian shorty smoking flavors. We breaking up the neighbors. I'm faded like a taper. My plug, I'll see you later. Don't play about my paper. Home asking for a dab, but baby girl, I don't do favors. Cause baby, this a Portland dabber and a power pack cap. Got the game for Mr. Yaki, so I put it in a rap. Smoking ounces of the seed while my shorty throw it back. For a smooth young nigga from the tack with a plaque. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, fire jaws from Focus North. 5, 6, 7, 8, got gaps to the fucking face. I reign in the tack like Saddam in Iraq. And I stay with these stacks cause I play with these packs. And I jug react apps like these D-boys jug crack. Got a line on some hash, put my trap on the map. Yeah, my website stays smack, so I'm charging these racks. Never settle for less, always hitting my max. Cause baby, this a Portland dabber and a power pack cap. Got the game from Mr. Yaki, so I put it in the rap. Smoking ounces of the Z while my shorty throw it back. For a smooth young nigga from the tap with a plaque. This that job music part 2. Petty shorties coming through. This can be a song too. This that job music part 2. Petty homies in the crew. This can be a song too. This that job music part 2. At the lounge in the booth. This can be a song too. This that job music part 2. For my niggas growing booth. This can be a song too.
Every single time. Now,
All right, let's watch this video, yo. From the 10 op, because this is a really good video. You'll need to pay attention to this. I don't really like this nigga that much. I really mostly like Charlie, but bro has some good points. So let's just watch.
view botting has been bad on Twitch. It's been bad for a while, let's be honest.
The vast majority of numbers you see on the internet aren't real. the accounts that you interact with, the posts that you see, oftentimes aren't even made by a human being on the other side of the keyboard. The cyberspace is dominated by bots.
That's right.
And unless you've just woken up from a coma, this isn't news to you.
No.
Everybody knows that now.
It's been going on for like 2-3 years now.
Part of cruising the World Wide Web.
Yeah.
That the shit you see is artificially inflated.
If there's an attractive woman that's messaging you, the odds are that that's a bot.
1,000.
Just take that from personal experience.
And it's become a huge yapping point, a massive topic, specifically dead internet theory, and diving even deeper into the minutia of bots. Cannonballing into the deep end of the pool, you will find view bots, a topic that often gets very aggressive and accusatory because it is so prevalent across streams in particular. On Twitch, on YouTube, on Kick.
A lot of liars.
Streamers of all shapes and sizes are often using view bots to boost their numbers.
Do you want to know why they use view bots? It's because they work. That's the reason why. People would stop using view bots if they stopped working.
Not some big conspiracy. It's not deep state propaganda or anything like that. It is a provable, real thing that platforms just don't seem to be taking any real action on at all.
Because they have no incentive to, and they actually have an incentive not to, because it makes the perception of growth, and they can report that to their superiors and say that, look at us, we're getting more users. Even if the users are fake, it's just malicious compliance.
I could right now go live on Twitch openly stating I'm view-botting it out the wazoo to fucking 20k viewers, and maybe the worst that would happen is I get like a 24-hour suspension from Twitch. They don't care. They made that push like a year ago about getting bots off the platform, but that lasted for what, 2 fucking days? And then they took like a catastrophic...
No, I'll tell y'all what happened. This is what happened. And so you look at Twitch tracker. So you always just pull up the numbers, right? The numbers are going to tell you what the numbers are. So look at this. Stats, overview. So basically, they did it in, I think it was like April at some point, like April. No, it was like, it was August they did it. So the numbers went down, right? You see like the graph went down. And so, and you can look at the trend here, right? 2024 was at 2.6. Now it's at 1.9. Not a good graph to have. Bad graph. Very bad graph. So that's kind of what happens, is that they saw the numbers going down and they didn't want to get fired, and so they let people view bot again. I think that's what happened.
Hit to their overall viewer metrics, and I guess they pumped the brakes because at the end of the day, and this is something people say a lot, and it is true, those huge numbers are good for Twitch as well to advertisers.
Exactly.
Even if the numbers are fake, even if they know it's botted, phony baloney, fraudulent viewer metrics. It doesn't matter. It makes them more appealing to brands. So it seems like they are very hands-off when it comes to doling out big punishment for view bots. It's not exactly a well-kept secret. It's pretty out there in the open.
Everybody
that
knows.
Tons of streamers view bot.
Yes.
Now, the reason why I'm yapping about it, again, is because...
Here's a good way to tell if people view bot, is that if you only get motion on one platform, you're probably a view botter. Like, just in general. So, like, if somebody's getting a lot of attention on Twitch, but their YouTube videos struggle to hit, like, 50, 100K views per video, they're probably...
That's a lot of you niggas. A lot of you niggas are view botters. You see my motion is consistent with one person viewing my shit. Or 2. I like it like that. Do not view bot me. Any of those fake bots that come in here talking about click the link and get this and banned. Banned immediately. Cause what the fuck? Like, the whole purpose of streaming was to give your gameplay to people, to get people to want to see and watch the games. It wasn't to try and get the most people to watch. I mean, like, right, you'll get paid regardless. That's the incentive, right? Twitch gives you that incentive to... Hold on. anyways, like I was saying, right, there is that monetary incentive to have the most views, the most people concurrent streams, but what does that say about your platform? What does that say about what content you're pushing out? Doesn't mean it's better than the next person. It's just slop. And then you got all these IRL streamers that are literally just talking about bullshit, talking about nothing, and getting paid off the bots. Like, stupid. Let's keep watching.
View botting. It's just that simple. Like, but if you're getting motion everywhere, then you're probably not view botting.
Just yesterday, or maybe it was even earlier today, I don't know, time moves in a weird fucking fashion once you hit your 30s. Everything blends together, your bones fucking creak anytime.
Bro, is he that old now? Jesus Christ.
We're all old.
Bro, like falling off. Wow. Imagine being 30.
You walk up or down stairs.
That's
anyway,
bad.
I'll stop bitching and whining about that. I know you're not here to listen to me
That's
play
real
a sad
bad.
song on the world's smallest violin about my deteriorating cartilage. The CEO of
I'm
Night
27,
Media,
guys. I'm
Reed,
27.
came forward with a post
I've
out
been
of
27
nowhere
for 10 years.
saying that it's time to start viewbotting. That's the title of the post, which is a eye-catching title, no doubt. Very seldom will you hear someone in that kind of position just say the quiet part out loud here about success in the streaming space. And make no mistake, Night Media is fucking huge. They are one of the top dogs in the YouTuber streamer agency space.
Yeah,
they are huge in the industry. They represented Mr. Beast for a while. I don't know if they still do, but they have represented and still actively represent massive creators. So it was certainly interesting to see him with a post like this that makes it seem like he's out there saying, everyone's got a view bot. We got to open Pandora's box. You're at a disadvantage. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Time to get view bots on the horn. But reading the post, it's a little bit different, though ultimately his tone around viewbots does seem to be somewhat positive. What does it take to cut through all the noise on the internet? If everyone else is botting, why shouldn't you?
Exactly. Bro, like if you're not cheating and everybody else is cheating, then you're losing.
We used to live in a world where if you made great content, algorithms would find an audience for your videos. Now, creators have to clip farm, pay clippers, and sometimes even viewbot to have a better chance of capturing more attention and breaking through the noise.
True.
This is especially true on platforms like Twitch, where viewbotting can surface you on the front page of popular streaming categories. Off rip, this is some turbo doomer shit because it kind of positions
I know, and that means it's accurate.
it as like your only option if you're just getting started.
Yeah.
Oh, there used to be a time where if you made great content, you could get found, but those times are way behind us in the shitter now. It's gone. That's a
I do think that there are some cases where people make great content and they get discovered. I think that if you make great content, you'll get discovered. If you make great content and you viewbot, you'll get discovered faster.
Long forgotten, like the saber-toothed tiger. Now, if you want to cut through the noise, you gotta clip farm, pay clippers, or Lord help us, even viewbot. You gotta get down and dirty in the pig pen. It's the only way.
Content?
When that's
I
not
didn't say that.
true. You can still make great content and get found. It does happen.
Like me.
I think the best example of that is Queso.
I was thinking about myself, but yeah, Queso's good too.
I would be shocked to learn Queso viewbotted at any point in his life. I don't even think the guy could find a viewbot website or provider. I genuinely don't think he would even know where to begin with something like that. And he has blown up solely because he makes good content. He cut through the noise. And this is something I've always said, luck is a huge part of it. It is. It just is. But what he is right about is that
I think luck is a part of it, but I don't think it's as big of a part as you would imagine. I think that a lot of the people that are successful because they work hard and make good content. And I think that saying that it's luck is a great cope for people that are not successful to rationalize why they're not successful, because it takes the accountability out of their hands. I think the majority of people that are not successful streamers, if you took me, Charlie, Hassan, XQC, Soda Poppin', and I don't know, the Burnt Peanut, and you put us together and you asked us to come together with why this person isn't successful, I think that we could do it every single time. I think we could do it every single time and figure it out, like pretty much guaranteed every single time. Now, luck makes things faster. And there's always luck that's involved. But that's not the reason why people aren't successful.
Current day and age, there is an alternative that doesn't rely as much on RNG.
Right.
And that is pay to win. you can
Always pay to
stand a better chance
Always
of standing
cheat.
out in the oversaturation of content creation
Yes.
by paying for viewbots to float your stream to the top of categories,
Easy.
or pay for viewbots
So
on other
easy.
socials where you're spamming clips
Yes.
from your streams so you could boost up numbers on, you know, a wacky moment or something and have it
Exactly.
like explode elsewhere because you inflated the numbers through viewbots, so then people could find your stream and maybe
Yes.
organically grow it that way, but you still viewbotted in order to boost a clip that led people to the stream. Like there
Fake it
are
to make it. That's how it is. Fake it to make it, and that's how it is. That's what people do all the time now.
paths that don't rely as much on luck, because if you just have money
Yeah.
to start and just start buying views, it does help put you in front of more eyes. It's something
does.
that's very common, especially on Twitter. But at the end of the day, I just
Fake it
don't
till
like
you
this
make it.
mentality that Reed kind of encapsulates here of, well, everyone else is cheating, so I should too.
Of course. That's the but the people that the thing is that this is the problem, right? Is that there are plenty of people who are honorable who also lose encounters to people that are not. The reality is that the person who is willing to go farther, try harder, work harder, and take more shortcuts and be more efficient will always outperform the person who doesn't, with all other things being equal, logically, right? And so the problem is that, like Charlie's right, is that it's a sad state of affairs, but it's still the state that we're living in. That's where we're at. That's what's happening.
He's trying to make like a strong argument that everyone else is doing it. Content alone, it could be the most slapping, banging content ever. It's not good enough. It's all about the distribution method now, which is dominated through bots and shit like that. So really, you got to think about this strategy of using bots. I just don't like how he's positioning bots as a strategy instead
It's
of
absolutely a strategy, and it's a strategy that Twitch uses themselves. That's why they give people front page, because it increases the amount of viewership. That's why embedding happens. Embedding, front page, and botting are all on the same spectrum of inauthentic, not real viewership. All the people that are on the front page of Twitch are not meaningfully interacting with that stream in the same way that a dedicated viewer is. All of the people that are seeing a stream through an embed are not meaningfully interacting with that stream in the same way that a real viewer is. And that's the main issue. It's that basically everybody is in on this cynical practice, whether it is advertising agencies, whether it's companies, or here's the big one, whether it's Twitch themselves.
calling it what it really is, which is cheating.
It is cheating.
Like, yes, you can gamify the
It is.
distribution and shit through bots. Everyone
Yes.
fucking knows that. But I just don't think it's something that should be outwardly encouraged. And it's really weird.
Yeah, you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't. Nobody should be botting. Nobody should bot ever. Anybody botting is a bitch. But sometimes bitches win.
The CEO of Night Media,
Yes.
one of the biggest agencies in the space, especially for streamers,
Yep.
is having this kind of viewpoint. Like, his title isn't exactly indicative of his thoughts, because he does say, like, this is a problem,
Yes.
this is an exploit. But he
It's a
speaks
huge
about
exploit. It's a massive problem, and it's literal fraud. It's literal fraud, and I guarantee you that if a person gets sued who is viewbotting themselves, who sold their analytics to an audience, or sorry, to a company, that person will lose the lawsuit, because you are fundamentally selling numbers that aren't real. That's true. Like, I think it's undeniably fraud. Like, you're selling something that doesn't exist, and you know it doesn't exist. Fraud, period. Fraud
Like,
against sponsors
this
and advertisers, it is.
exploit exists, so you have to use this now. It's
Yes.
like, you really should, like, almost that it's a necessity. And I just
Yes.
don't like that perspective
It's very
nor that
unfortunate.
mentality.
It's
I
awful.
just think
Yes.
there's a reason why this topic on viewbots is always so passionate from so many people, because viewbots fucking suck. Nobody likes that.
The reason why it's passionate is because viewbots work and they're effective. That's the reason why. If viewbots didn't work, nobody would care. Nobody would give a shit if there was like some big number
Nobody
next to
would
something.
say
Like if somebody's
shit.
viewbotting their YouTube videos, nobody would give a shit.
Nobody would give a
But why is it people care about viewbotting Twitch?
because it works.
It's because it matters.
It works.
That's the real reason.
That's why, nigga.
It
That
is
shit
just
works.
a completely dog shit norm right now.
Yes.
And I don't think it needs to be even more normalized. But
Yes.
it's not some requirement or anything like that. Reed then goes on to make a mention of advertisers and
Yes.
viewbots. Do advertisers have any way of tracking botted engagement, and why isn't Twitch cracking down on this at all? Those are two really good questions.
The advertisers don't do it because so this is the reason why advertisers don't do it. It's because there are usually one, if not two, different elements, or sorry, different degrees of separation between the company and the streamer. So basically, a company pays an ad agency to develop a ad program, and then that ad program is then sold to a streamer agency, and then that streamer agency delineates that out to individual streamers. So inside of those two middle steps, there are elements of malicious compliance, things like embedding, things like viewbotting. Like, I'll give you a great example. Do you remember the Progressive show that was done with Austin Show, Will Neff, fucking, what do you call it, the Botez sisters, and I think two other people, I don't remember? Well, that was viewbotted. It was viewbotted through embedding. And the agency probably did that. I don't know if they did. I'm not sure about that, but I would assume that they did that. I wouldn't expect Austin or Will to viewbot, but I think that they were, like, it's very obvious they weren't getting 100K viewers. We all know they weren't getting 100K viewers, so how did that happen? That's malicious compliance. So that's another FXtra Life. Well, that's a different topic. But I'm saying, like, that's a recent one that I think all of us remember of that happening in. And I think that very clearly the reason why advertisers don't figure it out is because of that game of telephone. It's hard for them to figure out, why is it that our brand didn't connect with this audience? Well, the real answer is that the audience didn't exist, but they don't know that because it's through so many different filters.
The answer to do advertisers have a way of tracking botted engagement is a big
They do. They absolutely do. You can use it through multiple ways. Think about it. Charlie knows this.
Nobody fucking knows. My gut tells me there's
They don't care. That's the reason why. They don't care.
no way advertisers would have any clue, because how would they? How would they do?
It would be super easy to tell. You can just look at the amount of click-through rate. You can compare it to other people. You can create a variable level. You can create standard deviations inside of that based off of prior performance. You can grade off of that. Then you can scale it up and extrapolate based off of viewer numbers. You can compare it to different platforms. You can look at different types of links and then see where those link click-through rates come from. You can then like reverse that through it's not geocaching, but like basically like finding out IP addresses and then seeing where those IP addresses are clicking from and see if they line up with the demographics that were sold to you, to see if there's an accuracy there. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, it's actually so easy.
Distinguish between authentic and real viewers through just a number plastered on a stream. It'd be entirely on Twitch to take care of the bots and get that number to be where it's like the authentic viewers and not just like, you know, fraudulent ones. I don't see how they could ever possibly know what's real and what's fake.
Extremely easy to find out.
Based on just the public.
And Reed knows that, obviously. But like, the fact is that a lot of companies, like Charlie's also right, that while I have methods of doing this, companies do not utilize these methods.
Available information, and I doubt Twitch is behind the scenes saying, okay, so your advertisement was played in front of 1 million concurrent viewers over the course of this campaign. Of that, about 15K were real human beings. We really appreciate your business.
You can absolutely do that, because if you go through 50 different use cases, you will probably have different ratios and different variables for viewbotting, right? And for click-through rates. So because you have any sort of frame of reference through clicks or interactions, you can use that to reverse engineer engagement rates and then build a model off of that as to whether somebody is acting in good faith versus bad faith. That's the main thing you can do.
Like, I highly doubt that.
Oh, yo, my bad if there's like an echo. My bad. I forgot to put my headphones on. My laptop be kind of loud. I might have to change that audio output. Hold on, give me a second, y'all.